I was born in southern Mississippi, in Laurel, Mississippi, in the 70s. So this is a time where, and also my parents were very religious. I grew up in a very Southern Baptist, conservative household. My dad was a deacon, my parents were missionaries. They were Sunday school teachers. We were in the church all the time. I felt like I was a boy from as far back as I can remember as a kid. And again, I was not allowed to present, of course, as a boy, but I mean, I wore boys' clothing whenever I could. I remember being in the same exact football or baseball pants and jersey, like every day when I came home from school. That's what I put on, because it was like, that's what I wanted to be, who I wanted to be, and what I wanted to portray. But then I got to a certain age where I was told I couldn't do that anymore. So I got in the 2nd grade, and I had a school teacher that basically decided to turn me into the perfect Southern girl. That was her goal in life. And she took it upon herself to correct me anytime I did anything, such as just playing sports with the boys at recess, or anything that wasn't considered appropriate little girl behavior, Southern girl behavior. So at that point, I definitely knew I was different. I spent so many nights just, crying and asking God why he made me a girl, and this, like, why he put me in this body. Like, why would he do that if he loved me? Why would my life be so hard? It was a lot of conflict. It created a lot of conflict in my household, at school, and church, everywhere, for years. And that played a big role in me suppressing things for so long. I was always told if you work hard enough, you can be whatever you want to be. When I got in college, I met the first girl that I was with, and had this chemistry, and I was like, oh, this is weird. I felt that connection that I had felt like on a deep friendship level, but then I also felt this chemistry that I had occasionally forgot. My first day of veterinary school, orientation of veterinary school, basically I got taken straight from vet school to a friend's house, sat on the back of a pickup truck, while they all kind of stood around me and said, you're gay, you're going to hell, you've lied to us all your whole life. We're not ever going to associate with you or talk to you again unless you call her right now and tell her you'll never see her again. I am crying, and they're handing me a phone, and I'm calling her, and I don't know what else to do. And so I tried, really hard to not be gay. I'm like, if this is what being gay is, I don't want it, because it was hell at that point, because I literally was losing everyone I'd known since I was a child. And in the end, I stopped seeing her at the time because of it, but they still really wouldn't accept me, and they wouldn't talk to me, and they wouldn't associate with me. And it ended up, basically, I moved out and developed a whole new group of friends in college, and reestablished myself as a lesbian, because that's the only thing I knew to be at that time. And it was the closest thing that felt right, even though it really still didn't feel right. I came to LA about 20 years ago. I came out here for a job, and everyone I knew for the first probably 5 years as an intern, resident, and all this stuff was associated with my work, right? So the first person I really met that I didn't meet through one of my friends at work happened to be Chaz Bono. He told me that he was transgender, and that this was a process he was going to be going through in a few years. And we had a long talk about it, and I was like, I don't know that much about it, He talked to me about it for a long time, and it was the first time anyone had even said that term to me. It's the first time I'd ever really even thought about it, but my instinct was just like, hell no, that is not me. I'm not that. I mean, Chaz was a very positive role model for me in that he talked to me about everything he went through, how he felt, but more than what he told me, it was just what I saw. Seeing the transformation in him, of him blossoming into this amazing man that's just, such a just productive and amazing role model who's helping so many kids and doing so much for society, really, it kind of helped me come to terms with it. And it definitely engrossed me in the world of gender. You know, it engrossed me in all of that. It was around that time where I really started kind of calling myself non-binary before I even had the term, you know, in that someone would, if anyone would ask me how I identified or ask me a question in that world, I would be like, well, I just feel like cat. I don't feel like a guy or a girl. I feel like cat. Basically, I wasn't dealing with any of this. The universe was just like, fine, we're going to do it for you. So estrogen, so in essence, being a woman, tried to kill me. It gave me breast cancer. And that then, you know, took my breast. And it wasn't even like one little mass here. It was one mass here and two over here. So everything had to go. They were forced to take my ovaries out and try to rid my body of all estrogen. I had zero connection to my breast ever. But I really felt like if I don't have breasts, everyone's going to think I'm a boy. Everyone's going to think I'm over masculine. It's not going to be acceptable. And the other characteristic that played into that is to mention is LA was not masculine friendly for a long time. As a woman, you were expected to have some characteristic of femininity. The boys, girls were kind of ostracized a little bit. They weren't cool. Like that was San Francisco lesbians. That wasn't LA lesbians or queer. So it really wasn't acceptable. So that really perpetuated all the fear I had about presenting to masculine. So when it came down to deciding if I was going to get more breasts, you know, well, Chaz was like, are you crazy? You hate them. And it really kind of drove home to me, like, I can't live for other people. When you don't listen to the universe and you don't listen to yourself, you know, there's something out there that just pushes you back and pushes you back and pushes you back. I just want to somehow make anyone's life easier and help them not go through the experiences I had and the experiences that were much worse than mine with my trans brothers and sisters and non-binary and genderqueer friends.